Welcome to my channel. My name's Dewey, and if you guys have been watching my channel, you see me flying around in this Champ here and other aircraft, antiques and modern airplanes and whatever. But so over the past couple, I guess maybe a month or so, I've been flying my Champ around and having some audio into the videos. So some people's been asking about how I'm able to capture the audio, what type of intercom system I'm using, different things like that. So this video is going to be about the equipment that I'm using during flying my Champ and other aircraft that I'm flying around in, and when I'm doing interviews with like Andrew, Terry, all my other friends that I've actually interviewed with aircraft. So you have to bear with me. This is the equipment I use, and I'm going to kind of just jump into it. The main thing is the intercom system. I don't have a panel mounted intercom. There's no electrical system in a Champ or a J3 Cub or any of these antique aircraft that I'm flying. So what I'm using is a portable intercom system, and it's very, very nice, very compact, small. You guys can see my hand's much bigger, but this is battery operated. I zip tied the cables here, but this is a Flightcom intercom. They probably don't make this model anymore. This model is a 2SX, and this is probably 25 to 30 years old. So I'm sure there's something much newer that's out on the market, but you can buy these things very inexpensively, maybe $200 or less for a 2-place intercom. They make a 4-place, so if you had a 4-place like a Cherokee or something like that, one thing that makes it really unique is it's battery operated. It's just a 9-volt battery, and if I can get this cap off, that's what it looks like. I probably have 10 flights on the airplane without changing this battery at all. So if you guys watch my videos, I haven't changed this battery at all this year. Works very well, lasts a long time. Now these cables here plug into a radio, so if I have a handheld radio, I can just plug that in and push the talk button or something like that. There's an on-off button right here. It's the volume. You just turn it on, and then there's a squelch. So the squelch actually allows you to eliminate the hot mic scenario where the microphone's on all the time. There's always static. No one wants to hear that. So during takeoff and things like that, the noise or dB levels gets higher, so I can just adjust the squelch to get it to shut off. And then whenever I start to talk, the intercom starts working. Now I use headsets. I use a variety of different headsets because they all work well in the Champ or something like this, but these are my old reliable David Clarks. I've had these since I was in high school, so these are probably 26 years old, something like that. These are David Clark, I think 1030s, and they've been bulletproof. I've flown skydivers in these. You know, I've been in the Beech 18, the Casa, and Twin Otters, and I use these all the time. I was flight instructing a little bit. I used them. So I use these David Clarks. Here's another brand that I've been using with it. This is Flightcom. Also, they're very inexpensive. I think, you know, when these are old, but they were like $80 or $90 for a pair of headsets. Volume control on the side. Things, I mean, you don't have to go and buy $1,000 you know, set of headsets. And then I have a pair of Bose. I use these for work, but you know, I bought these 2 years ago, and since I'm a flight instructor, I was able to get a rebate, so that was something that, you know, why I ended up buying them. The noise cancellation, this has Bluetooth technology, so like when I'm flying for corporate for my job, if we have to call a flight service or call air traffic control, I can actually link into my Bluetooth on my phone, make the phone call, and talk through my headsets, and man, it works really, really well. Plus the noise cancellation is really nice. So these are the headsets that I use, you know, while I'm out flying around. Most of the time I'm using the Bose now since I have them, and if I don't have them with me, I might leave them at home. I'll use the Flightcom. It works really, really well. Another thing I'd like to show you how simple this is. You just take the headsets and you just plug them in. And there's 2 ports here, so you just plug in here and here, plug in the other headsets, you guys can start talking. And how I'm able to record all this, I use, it's called in-flight cam. I have a couple different cables here. So you can buy this online or get on their website. Actually, it's right here. I'm promoting them. I shouldn't be, right? No, that's not right. I should be. Because it works really well. inflightcam.com. So I'm using GoPro cameras, but inflightcam.com sells these kits, and it works really well. This plugs into the GoPro. This is a micro C or whatever adapter. Plugs into the GoPro, and then what you do, it comes with 2 ends here. You got one end that plugs into my intercom system, which is the big end. The other end does not. It plugs into your headsets. So you just kind of pair it up here. That plugs in there. That plugs in there. And then here's a GoPro. I use a GoPro Hero 6, and I also use a 7. I think this is a 7 Black. These cameras, you know, they cost a lot, but I tell you, the 7 and probably I haven't had an 8, but the 7, the stabilization technology changed. It's unbelievable. The technology between the 6 and the 7 is night and day. So if you can get a 7 or higher, I would do that. I'm also using I just bought this 360 Max Gopro camera. This has been a lot of fun, something to learn. I'm not really all that great with trying to edit it and transfer files yet. I'm trying to learn all that. But you guys can see some of my YouTube channels with some skydive flying. I made a couple real quick edits with that. So let's go back to this. We'll just take this GoPro 7. You just plug this into the USB-C. It just plugs in like that. Real simple. I already hooked up my headsets, and then now it all works. So all I have to do is turn on my headsets, turn on the GoPro camera, turn on the intercom, and once that's on, you start talking. If you can hear yourself through the headsets like a normal intercom, then it's recording your audio. Now I can take the cables that's on this intercom system and plug this into a radio system, a portable handheld radio or a panel mounted radio. I can pull the audio off of that and also pull the audio off of the interactions with the crew members. With the Champ, I don't usually take a handheld radio with me, so that's just something that I just don't do. So it's pretty nice to be out here in the country and flying around with no airspace to deal with no Deltas, Charlies, or Bravos or anything like that. Here's also another in-flight cam audio cable that I use. It's virtually the same thing, but this is a cell phone adapter, and I just plug this in. I have a really, a Galaxy 8 Plus, I think. Just plug this into the audio port, and you can actually pull the audio right off of that. So some of my videos, I've used my cell phone and then just pull the audio off my cell phone and use this. So these cables have been really good. The thing is, like, this is very inexpensive. This might be 35 bucks, but you go get the GoPro one, it's quite expensive. It's like $100. I wish it was a little cheaper. The in-flight cam cable here, this is new. I have 2 of these, but this is something new, which is much needed. What happens, this is a GoPro adapter. This is actually, I believe, licensed GoPro. This plugs into the camera, and then their audio cable plugs into the bottom of this, okay, to pull that audio. Well, it's kind of loose. If you guys can see that, I can actually just put a very little pressure. Almost the weight of the cord can pull it right out. So they end up making this. This is just rubber, but it just goes in and it holds the entire system. However, I had it on here. I have to play with it here. But yeah, it just goes in like that, and it holds all the cables together. So it really works well when you do that. You can't pull it out. So that is something that I'm glad they did. I bought this at Oshkosh maybe last year. This is a suction cup. It really works really well, to be honest with you. You just put this on the a windshield, you push this, it pumps it up or creates the suction, right? And whenever you see this red, it means that it doesn't have enough pressure, so you just give a couple more pumps. And then when it has good suction, this is down quite a bit like that. And then if it starts losing, you can see it comes out real slow. And then you can just give it a couple more pumps, make sure it does not fall. This is also, it articulates very well. So this one adjustment does everything. You can make this thing go all over the place. See that? And then, so if I want to have it like that, I just tighten it up. Once you get it tight, it does not move. See that? And you can loosen it up, make any adjustments. If I want the camera to be like this, there you go. So this is really cool design, arm technology here. And this is also by In-Flight Cam. So I have a lot of stuff from them. And really, that's kind of it. The camera that I'm using is a Sony Rx100. I've been vlogging with that for a couple years. It works really well. I have a Panasonic GH5, I think, GX5. It's a very expensive like DSLR camera, but it's too big to vlog. So I kind of revert back to this, you know, this Sony. This Sony is compact, very lightweight. I can throw it in my pocket. It's a point and shoot camera. So that is probably about it. The most important thing is this intercom. So if you guys want to get these intercom systems in an old antique airplane, or even like if you're in a Cessna 172 with no intercom, just go buy something like this, plug it in. It works really well, very inexpensive. You can look online and get these. You know, I'm sure Sporty's Pilot Shop, or you know, Banyan, if you guys are down in Florida area, just go and ask about their intercom systems. There's so many other pilot shops. I'm just naming stuff where I've been, you know, flying around corporately, and I can remember some of these shops. But here you go. And there's Ali the champ, and I'm going to go flying. So this is part 1 or part 2 of the video. My buddy and I, we're going to go fly the champ around. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks a lot. Hit that like and subscribe button. Take care. If you guys got questions, leave comments below. I'll try to answer as much as I can. And until then, blue skies.